did the idea of I want to be the one to unearth the next generation come about?
Okay, first of all, I would say good morning to all the Muslims.
Yes, it's yes.
My family, I call them my family because I've got a lot of Muslim friends. And I want to wish them Eid Mubarak for every Muslim in the country and the whole wide world. Yeah, so your question
is all regional games. At what point did you say that, you know what, I want to be the one to find the next set of talent?
Yeah, it's something I've been thinking of, I think about a decade.
Wow,
something
a decade in the making.
Yeah, something that I've been planning to do.
Wow.
Because after school, sometimes you see friends talking about their talents, and then you ask them, so what are they doing now? And they'll say, oh, they are waitress, some drivers, but they normally talk about what they did in school. Somebody can say I was a 100 meters runner, I dominated the whole, and then the person end up wasting the talent. So that time I was playing active. So it's something I've been planning to do for more than a decade. So when I announced my retirement, it was part of the project I wanted to do.
Okay.
And then to implement it. Implementing it was a bit of a challenge to me. So I was planning on how to do, and lo and behold, all regional big games contacted me. We had to sit down. We had a couple of meetings about 7 months ago. Yeah, about 7 months ago. So behind the scene, we've been working so hard about 7 months ago, and then we came out with how we're gonna strategize and structure everything. And we came up with a solution. So we named it all regional games.
Amazing. And also joining us in the conversation when it comes down to the strategy aspect and the way we are rolling it out on the ground, Chief Franklin, who is the project coordinator for all regional games, will be giving us. Hi, Chief. Pleasure to welcome you to the studio. Have you had breakfast?
Yes.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Oh, then you've one-upped on Baby Jess, I mean. But yeah, that's very exciting to know.
Always try to take the lead.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll catch up. But it's quite interesting to know because has it been, and we do events here at Media General, and I know how difficult it can be to roll out something of that scale. How was it like in the initial implementation process? Chief.
First of all, thank you, and I wish all your viewers and listeners good morning.
Yes.
It's something that has been planned over years. So fusing what he had planned for the last 10 years, because as he mentioned, him coming on retirement or planning to think of coming on retirement someday, what is he going to do after football, life after football? So it was well orchestrated, well planned through. So fusing all regional games into his vision became a bit more easier because over a period of years, and it's been intensive consultation, groundswork up and down, how we're going to roll out, how we control data, which is the most cumbersome part of the entire thing. And his idea of we going digital was one of the key things, because then you roll out so many things. You can control data, therefore you can control people's movement and control activity. So that was the biggest highlight point of the whole thing. So you make the whole process a bit more easy.
So everything is digitalized.
Everything.
How you can be a part of it, how you can join it up until November. Everything is digitalized.
Everything is digitalized.
I like that.
So we opened the portal when we did the official press launch, and it's allregionalgames.com.
Okay.
If you want to become a coach, you click on register. For a regional coach, you can register. If you want to become even a regional volunteer, you can actually do registration on there as well. If you want to become an athlete or participate in the activity, whether all the 9 disciplines, you put in your basic information and you select whether you want to be in boxing or whatever sports discipline you want to register for, which region that you are registering for.
So we have that on the screen now, so those watching on Facebook can see. So that's how the application process is. The deadline is the 30th of April. Are we still sticking to that?
The portal is open to the 30th. So I will encourage everybody, if you want to be part, now for the first time, you have no excuses that I have talent, I cannot be discovered.
Yes.
Go online, go and register, and then we'll just take it from there.
Now, what are the 9 disciplines? You mentioned 9 disciplines.
Okay, so we have soccer or football, you have athletics, you have boxing, you have arm wrestling, you have tennis, both tennises, the table tennis and the long tennis. Then you have the esports, and then you also have the volleyball, and then finally you have the Paralympic Parasports, yes.
Parasports, okay.
Which is for the physically challenged, yes.
Is that swimming?
No. Next year we will open up into swimming. This year, because it's a pilot, we want to see what kind of mistakes we will make, put things in place, and open up to accommodate for the other sports discipline. Okay.
Let me bring Baby Jet into the conversation now. Now, which sporting discipline beyond football do you think has the biggest potential to get not only Ghanaians very excited, but also bring us the medals that we're looking for?
Right now, it looks like what we all saw at the All African Games was arm wrestling. You know, if we can be fair, because they are the discipline that took a lot of gold medal for Ghana. You know, unexpectedly. Yes. No disrespect to them. You know, and it raised an eyebrow because nobody expected it. Nobody was even thinking about arm wrestling. With all due respect to the association, you know, and they end up winning more gold for Ghana. It motivated a lot of disciplines, and then some of the disciplines started also getting gold.
Yes, boxing, for instance.
Boxing started getting gold. You know, in the past, it was football and boxing. When our professor Asamoah Gyan, remember when he was going to, anytime he was going to fight, we had to just stay the whole night. You know, Bazooka Kote. We've produced a lot of champions in boxing. So now. We had an high jump guy who also won the gold. You know, all the sports disciplines.
And we seem to have a lot of potential.
Yes, weightlifting. They were doing a lot, and this All African Games raised an eyebrow. Like Ghana, we have talents, you know, but this is the time we have to showcase them more. You know, all regional games doesn't matter who already have names. You know, somebody can be even in a farm
and then be able to just register.
Be able to go register and then showcase the talent.
Okay.
You know, so it's not like it's limited to some group of people who are already there. No, we want to discover new talents, you know. So, an interesting thing is, when it comes to football, controlling the data is very, very difficult, you know. So, although we have football, we decided to do non-league football players.
Okay.
Because we don't want a situation whereby
someone is already stuck in the
club, and then the club will be calling that we need our player. You know,
so these will literally be fresh talent.
It has to be fresh talent.
Wow.
It has to be, and we have a lot of players who are, we call it floating players. Maybe they are out of contract, they are home, they have nothing to do. We have some good talents that wants to even go to association football, you know, but they are home. Hey, in Ghana, we have talent.
We do.
But this is the time we have to discover them, and then also we want. People to stop the situation whereby they say, oh, you only select people from Kumasi and Accra.
We want it to open to the entire Ghana.
The entire Ghana. You know, so that is what we're looking at. We're looking at beyond Accra and Kumasi and all these places. You know, so it's something everybody has brought into it, and we're doing well.
Now, moving to the area of investments, because I'm sure it's not a cheap venture to go around and say you're about to go and unearth so much talent and motivate them to actually do better. How easy is it sourcing the resources or the funding or the support from not only corporate Ghana but everywhere else to be able to pull off all regional games? Okay,
so as he mentioned, he's been planning this for the last 10 years. So from his personal resources, few friends of his come together. All regional games also had partners beyond the shells of all the boundaries of Ghana. So that is where our funding is coming from. So majority of our funding is coming from him and outside as well, without necessarily thinking so much about we have to generate from local, so that in an event whereby what we're looking for locally doesn't come in, then it doesn't destroy the entire vision. So these are things that is well thought through, well prepared.
Amazing. Is it a struggle getting corporate Ghana to support?
To be fair, we just did the press launch. So we are about to send invitations out and then knock on few doors, or not a lot of doors to see what we can actually generate as well. So to be fair, we haven't really
pushed them ears to open their purses.
Yes. But the door is open for a headline sponsor.
We like that.
Frankly said, you know, we have friends who are really, really supporting. You know, you know, in Ghana, some people don't want to be discovered. You know, they just sponsor, they say, I don't want my name to
out
be
there.
So behind the scene, we are working very so hard. But when it comes to corporate, you know, business-wise, it makes sense to them. They can get mileage and stuff. You know, so we are open for any headline sponsor. So we just did the press launch. So as time goes, I'm sure people will come on board.
But let me come to you personally. You've made a lot of investments, not only in sports, in the arts, in different areas. What motivates you to go to place your money where your mouth is, really?
You know, growing up, I saw a lot of sports personalities maybe at the end of their career not knowing what to do and stuff. You know, so I try to do consultation a lot. That is what I try to do because I want to leave a legacy for my family and the nation. You know, so that is what I normally do. In the football world, I'm Asamoah Gyan, a big guy. But when it comes to business side, I try to humble myself because we have a lot of business men who are already Asamoah Gyan in the business aspect. You know, so I had to just start from afresh and then try and do some consultation, listen to them. So that is what I do.
Have you ever gone into a venture that hasn't been successful?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't want to disclose it, but you know, it's all part of business. Sometimes things go wrong. You know, in the business aspect, you have to take a risk. You know, to go in and you lose some, you win some.
Because you seem like the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold. So it's a little interesting to know that some of the things you ventured into have not always been successful.
There are a lot of successful people out there who goes through challenges, but they don't want to motivate people through that. You know, they want to motivate people in the positive aspect, but the negative aspect, they deal it by themselves. You know, that is how you inspire people. For example, you want to inspire people and then you come out crying. When you come out crying, how do you motivate them?
Nobody will enter again.
So the thing is, if you're a good leader, you have to cry in your room and come out and show the positive side to the people to follow. So this is what we do. Although, of course, even your production and stuff, you do have challenges.
Yes.
But what do people see? They see the positive aspect.
One, yes.
But they don't know what's going on behind the scene. And that is how it is.
Okay, so let me demystify it. Well, can you name your worst day in business? Have you had a worst day in business where that day you knew that you almost maybe I should close everything down and move away or something?
Yeah, it's normal. It's frustrating.
Give us a bit of a hint what day that was.
I'll just give you a clue.
Okay.
It's like maybe at the beginning of the business, you see how you're gonna earn your income, the numbers, and then it gets there and you're like,
the numbers are not numbering.
The numbers are not really what we talked about.
Yeah.
You know? So that is some of the challenges. But at the end of the day, for my experience, I don't think somebody can start earning money in business when you come in the first year. We have a lot of companies who are big companies now. People know them, but when you go to the system, they've been in the system about 15 years. You know, that is what I've come to understand. So it's all about patience.
Okay, I like that. Now, the man Asamoah Gyan is a legend. Everyone knows of him, about him, loves him. But beyond the one we know, who really is Asamoah Gyan when the cameras, the people, no one is watching?
Yeah, Asamoah Gyan is that humble guy who sometimes people have to just call him and say, do you know who you are? You know, I see myself as a normal human being who is who can relate to everything. Anybody who my door is always open to everybody. Although sometimes people, when they come in, they feel very tensed and stuff. You know, but I see myself as a normal guy. That is what keeps me going because I always try to work harder. I don't see when you realize, hey, I'm Asamoah Gyan, then you start making mistakes because you start being arrogant and stuff. And there's people who normally tell me, hey, do you know who you are?
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, hey, so that's how it is.
If you were not a sporting legend, if you did not do the arts or investment, what career do you think you'd have
A musician or a lawyer.
Really?
Yeah, musician or a lawyer.
One or the other.
One or the other, yes.
Okay.
Because you never win against me when it comes to arguments.
Stop it. Are you serious?
You never win. I always find a way to win.
Okay. Would you consider going to law school?
Maybe.
So never say never.
Never say never.
Okay. You've done the music, so now the law is left.
Yes. Yeah. Something like that.
Okay.
But never say never. Now we're focusing on the original games.
Yeah.
And we want to change the sports fraternity. We want to We want the other generation to benefit from it. We're not looking at Ghana. We have been looking at beyond Ghana. So yes.
Okay. I want to ask a quick question on the music. One of the songs I played earlier featured Kofi Kata when he was earlier times. When you look at his growth, what are your thoughts?
Amazing. Amazing, because I saw him growing up.
Yeah.
The Odopa time, I remember my brother Castro called me and said, I have this boy at from Takrady who I want to feature, and I was like, okay. So I was in Dubai at that time. So they did their part
and then sent it to you.
And then I was like, hey, who is this guy? So that was how everything started. And then finally I met him during the video shoot. I was like, so is that you? Very, very humble guy. And since the Odopa, I would say the Odopa made Kofi Kata.
It did, yes. That's when we all got introduced to him. Yeah.
Around that time. And he always shows appreciation and everything. So his growth has been wonderful.
Would you ever consider creating a record label to discover musical talent?
There are a lot of underground artists who normally comes to my DM, who normally tries to do that. Say,
help us out. We want to be
want you to form a music
Baby Jet Records or something.
Baby Jet Records and stuff, sometimes people bring their ideas. But at the end of the day, I have my team sit down like this all original games. We had to plan like 7 months, all the other idea for 10 years. We have to sit down, elaborate on it, and then we come up with a decision.
Okay, so it's, again, never say never about that, but only when the time is right. Okay. At what point did you know that I will become a football legend?
Okay, I started playing at 9. Thanks to my brother. He's the one who started the Gyan name, this Kobolo boy. Travels everywhere, so anytime he goes, he takes me, his younger brother. His handbag. When you get to the field, there's a stone there, maybe bricks. Go and sit down here, he'll put me there, and then he'll go and play. So that was when I started playing, when the young ones are playing. So I started watching my brother, so I also decided to play. But at the age of 12, that was when I realized I could play, because although we started playing the under 10 juvenile league, we got to under 12 also, and then I kept on growing. So anytime I go and play, the response, you see people mobbing me, putting me on their shoulders and stuff. So that was when I realized I could play.
Describe your childhood to me, because as Riley said, your brother started it off for you. But how were you like as a child? Did you have time to play, or was it just football every single day?
It was just school and football.
Really?
Yeah, it was just school and football. I'm not the outing type.
Okay.
I'm the homeboy type. So it's like training
and then back home.
Sometimes, like, I even tell you places in Accra I don't know. You'll be shocked. Unless maybe there's an event, I would say.
Then you'd go there and
send
see.
me the location.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're just at home.
It's just like one place.
So you're never the kind of person that would bring mounts and go into town when you were in school. None of that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's like, it was like football at the field and then back home, or maybe the market back home.
Yeah. Now, usually for people of your caliber who become the top of the top echelon, even though you work hard for it, there's a lot of things you deny yourself. There's a lot of things you leave behind. There's a lot of sacrifices you have to make before you attain the heights that you do. What one thing that maybe you wish you had paid more attention to when you were younger that you never had time for? Can you think of anything? Was it maybe being more of a I don't know, partying a bit more when you were younger, or was it what thing did you feel that you had to let go to become the man that you are?
Honestly, this is a honest answer. I just discovered my talent, and I felt like I had to put in the work. I didn't know how to cook. All I was thinking of is football, and then education. That's it. I didn't think about anything else. So I put in a lot of work hard work, dedication. So I was more dedicated. The reason why I retired was I lost a bit of dedication. Without dedication, then you are off.
Now, let me piggyback off that answer. How long did it take you to make that decision that I want to retire?
2 years.
And how long did it take you to resist making that decision?
It was a difficult one. It was a difficult one. Sometimes I call my brother and I was like, hey,
what about
I'm done. I'm done. And then he'll be like, have you thought of it well? I was like, yeah. And then he said, okay, you are my brother, I support you. Okay. Retiring was also difficult for me, so if you say it, I support everything. And then the following day I would say, no.
I think I have some more left.
I think I have more left. So it was something we were going back and forth for like 2 years till I just woke up and I said, hey, listen, I have a lot of life to live after football. I can't continue getting injuries and then coming back, weight problems, trying, and I think I'm done. And he was like, yeah, if you're done, you're my brother, I do support you. So that's it.
And you haven't regretted working with us?
I haven't at all. It's been like a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
There were a lot of companies who were waiting for that retirement to be able to assign you to be
more
able
duties.
To, yes. So me being retired, after people were calling me, hey, we want you to do this for us. We're waiting now that I retired footballer, we can have you every time. So it was like I'm moving from A to B. So it's a blessing in disguise.
I like that. You managed to sort of maintain your cool through everything. What keeps you very grounded? Family?
I try to stay out of trouble as much as I can. Sometimes people take advantage of that, to disrespect you on social media, stuff. But I try to maintain my cool. Sometimes my brother also called me. Franklin also calls me, Kekeli also calls me,
Yes.
Just
shout out to Kekeli.
Yeah, she's fine. They try to calm me down anytime maybe something comes up and I get frustrated or get angry. There are all those people who talk to me behind the scene. Even yesterday we were even talking about a lot of things.
Yeah.
So they've really, really helped me in a way. In the team, that's why we call a team. Yes.
How do you pick what I'll personally address and what I wouldn't? What goes into the process of that? Okay, this one, this one, I have to say it to my chest, or this one, there's no worth my stress.
I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like when people know the truth and they try to, follow the cloud, because the clouds are moving in that direction, and they know the truth. I don't like it. Sometimes I feel comfortable. I feel uncomfortable. Sometimes I want to say it in the person's face, but sometimes they are being advised, not everything that you feel you are saying the truth. Everybody knows you are saying the truth, but maybe the timing can be wrong. But sometimes I feel I have to just forget about it. But when I'm home alone, I'm like, no. I should have said this in his face for maybe I might change the person. So I hate hypocrisy a lot.
Okay. Now, as you've gone through a lot of stages in your career. Which phase stands out to you the most as one of your happiest time in your career?
Happiest time?
Yes. Where you were, you knew you were. There's nothing that could touch this moment.
I've had a lot of happiest moments, but I would say the first time I was told to go to the embassy. To the embassy.
Which one?
That was my first time. I sat in a plane. When I had the contract to go to Greece.
Yes.
That was my first time I sat in a plane. So the first time I was like, "You're going to the embassy." I was like, so that was when I saw, okay, now I'm there.
Yes.
Because a team has invited you
to come all the way
to Panathinaikos in Greece.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, now I feel I'm about to play football now. So it's one of my happiest days.
Wow. No, and I can agree with that, because that moment will stand out.
Yeah. That was when so when I went to Greece, that was when the law came that if you are not 18 years, you cannot sign a contract. I had to abandon school. I was in Accra Academy at that time.
Really?
I abandoned school. I was like, I've discovered
I'm following.
This is what I wanted to do. The club has come for me. So I abandoned school and I went. So when I went, after 2 weeks, the law came that when you are not 18 years, you can't sign a contract. So they decided to let me stay there, be at the academy till I'm 18 before I can sign. And I said, no. I abandoned school.
I must well come back and finish.
I have to just come back and finish. So I abandoned school, I think like 2 to 3 weeks.
And then
so when I came, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and then you finished, and then you went back officially.
Yes.
Which country staying in and playing football was the best experience out of your entire career?
UAE.
Why? not the UK?
Surprisingly.
Really?
You know, I enjoyed my time in everywhere I play because of my talent. You know, when I go there,
you're flying high. Everyone loves you.
I'm loved by the fans, and I do appreciate that. I played in one of the top leagues.
Yes.
But interestingly, it was the UAE.
What made it so amazing?
I don't know. I was just playing football.
Okay.
I didn't have any problems behind the scene.
Okay.
You know, they make sure they took care of me, like
everything was sorted.
Everything. They said, go play football, score for us.
Wow.
So I was just, although I always put in my best in everything, but there was like 1,000%. I was just killing myself to make it happen.
Wow.
Yeah, because they were just
relax and
they
just
did
play.
everything. I didn't lack anything. I was just playing football, and that was why I played my best football. My people can even testify. I played my best football there. Amazing.
Now, if given the opportunity to maybe go back to the UAE to establish something, I'm sure you would take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always call them my home.
Okay.
Because the people embrace me so well.
I like that.
Even now, when you go there and then you say you're from Ghana. You see the name that comes up.
I like that. Okay. Now, talking about things you've also done, TV punditry, because you are some of the finest gentlemen on when it comes down to, let's say, super sports, and we're talking Ghana matches. Is this something you would consider getting your own show, like the Baby Jet show maybe, on a station like Super Sports, just doing punditry, amongst others?
You see, now you are bringing more ideas. So I'll add it to the
Okay, the list, yeah.
Add it to the list.
But it's something you would consider.
Everything is possible.
Okay.
It's something that I haven't thought of, you know. But you bringing it up now, I think Franklin will write it down.
So how would you feel if you are contacted to do that?
Yeah.
Would it be an easy yes, or will it be I have to figure it out first and come back to you?
Because all these years I've learned how not to jump on something when it's very interesting.
Okay.
You know, because I made a lot of mistakes. Sometimes people come talk and then interesting, and then you are so excited, and then you jump onto it and you don't see anything.
Would you tell me one of them? The mistakes, I mean.
No, I've told you already. I'm just talking in general.
Yeah, just one specific.
I just don't want to go on.
Understandable.
I'm just talking about,
Okay.
Some of the mistakes I've
made
done,
in business and
yes,
stuff. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So we are still open to that. Are you also open to doing politics?
Politics? I always
full
say
time.
No. You know, I just try to do the work. I just want to help my people. You know, when you check my track record, it's like the people who calls for me to help, because I give everything. I always try to give back. You know, so if you check, you see a lot of constituencies even calling me.
Yes, you know, to be MP.
To be MP, friends calling me to lead them.
Yeah.
Because of my track record, because of what I've done, because they know I'm a genuine person. I give everything I have. So sometimes it's a blessing. You know, I sit down and I say, okay. Oh, so I'm a good guy.
Yeah, you are.
You know, so that is what I try to do. When politics, I just try to give back. That's it.
Okay. But maybe one day you would consider it.
I don't know.
You never know. Never say never.
Never say never.
True.
Never say never.
Now, speaking of never saying never, all regional games.
Thank you.
You decided 10 years ago that, you know what, this idea is in my mind.
Yes.
I'm going to do it.
Yes.
10 years later, you have started implementing it.
Yes.
In November, we'll see the first maiden edition of the All Regional Games.
Yes.
And we're hoping to discover talent. How many athletes, do you have a ballpoint figure in mind of, if I get this amount of people excelling, then I'm good?
Franklin, I think Franklin can say because technicalities.
Yeah.
We just
You
combine it as a
yeah,
team.
yes,
So,
yes.
I mean, for soccer, I would say we're looking for a minimum of 23 to represent a region.
Okay.
Okay. The rest of the disciplines is up to performance as to how we get the numbers in. So I know for soccer, all 16 regions have to bring their best 23 to represent a particular region.
Okay. So how are we going to be going on regional scouting?
Okay, so this is how it's going to work.
Please.
The next week Tuesday, we're doing regional tour. We're looking at facilities that every region have and what they don't have. That's next week. We're doing that for about a month and a week. And then on the 8th of June, we're doing the official launch in Kumasi.
Okay.
Okay, at the Babayara Sports Stadium. Right after that, the trials for Kumasi begins.
Okay.
We're doing 4 regions in a month to cover the 16.
Okay.
So the idea is the soccer is more like justify your inclusion. So people are put into various groups for them to play, and then you have coaches that are seated that are scouting the talent in all the areas. But when it comes to athletics, it's about the speed. If you meet the speed requirement, then obviously you get shortlisted into the final representation. Then you have the entire region that will now move to Accra in November 4th for the National Sports Festival to compete against region per region. So that is how the setup is.
Okay. So that's exciting to know. So at this point, everyone in Ghana will have a fair chance.
Everyone.
All you have to do is go to read. But what if let me ask. Maybe my family member maybe my family member is Nagogo, which I have family members in Nagogo, and they come for the Kumasi scouting, and they don't get to. Can they now follow you to Tamale?
No, you can't crisscross. You have to be a resident of that region. It's not because you come from that region.
Oh, don't do that.
No, we have to. We're discovering talent within the region.
Okay.
So you have to be a resident within that region to actually register. You can't say, I live in Accra, but I come from Upper East region or Savannah region, so I'm going to register. No, you need to be a resident of that. So if you're from Savannah and you live in Accra, then you register under Accra.
Oh, right. So I can't go back to my region and register?
No.
Because I'll be the finest one day. Because the pressure, you see, if you're in Accra, it's different too. And if you're in Kumasi, it's different. But if you go to, Savannah region, and you can be the top shatter there.
But then if you do that, then that means you're moving talent back to those regions, and you're not really going to unveil the what you might call the talent within that region. So you have to be a resident in that region and then to register.
So is there a fee for me being able to be scouted or to come through the process?
Okay.
What are the logistics for me?
So we don't actually charge a fee. There's a basic of admin registration fee of 19 cedis. Per.
Jai.
No, seriously. 19 cedis. We're not going beyond that.
Oh, you're joking.
No. 19 cedis. There's no money to be paid. At all.
So I will be discovered on one of the biggest platforms in Africa, and all I have to be is 19 cities. Or more, 200.
No. That one of Asamoah's vision is, listen, we're discovering talent. This person might actually be a farmer. They don't have the money. We don't want to embed in them. So it's just 19 cities registration. Between you and I, even the 19 cities, because of security reasons, for people not to send programs to cross the system, that's the reason why we set the budget. But he doesn't really want to. Want to chat. And on top of that, he also recognized that people might get injured during the trials and then even the national festival. So we're also talking to a few insurance companies to actually come on board. So every child who participates in the trials will be insured.
So there'll be personal accident cover?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That is something that he's put in place, yes.
That is incredible.
He doesn't want the parents to feel embedded. Obviously, they are financially stretched or they are struggling. Then they come for a trial, then they are embedding about treating. And so the insurance companies are going to cover the case during the trial.
That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. So now let's get into November. We go around the 16 regions. We find 9 disciplines, incredible talent. Then what happens in November?
Okay, so in November 4th is when you have the regional competition. So you have Savannah competing with Ashanti region. You have Oti competing with, let's say, Ashanti region.
Come on.
For me personally, my excitement is I want to see the new regions created coming up with their talent and even come to beat the existing people.
I can agree.
Existing regions that have more talent in there. So literally that is how it's going to be. The award system is disciplines like maybe basketball, volleyball court, and then other things. If let's say Uti wins basketball tournament, for instance, they become the champions. What we intend to do is basically go back to Uti and then build a basketball court in the name of the team that came to win.
Stop it.
No, for real.
Oh my goodness.
It's about developing the sports within
By the
those
time
regions.
we're done, you will literally have facilities in all 16 regions.
Thank you. Maybe it's a stadium that we don't have the capacity now, but in the future we'll be considering that.
But that is a big conversation that has been had on a national level that we don't have enough facilities.
No, we don't.
And if with one tournament,
yes,
you end up seeing a spread of development across the different regions, that's amazing.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Oh no, kudos. Oh no, that's phenomenal to hear.
It's something that it was one of the first things that he actually came up with. Like, listen, I want those regions to be able to have the facility that they know. So things like maybe boxing ring, volleyball court, basketball court, these are things I think is within our planning. So any region that wins and they don't have it, we just go and basically build it over there for them in the name of the team that actually won it. On top of that, we're also minimizing importation, okay, in terms of jerseys, track shield. What we're doing is we're limiting it to the region. So if you are within a region and you have the resources to build jerseys, do sample, bring it in, and then basically, and then
employment right there.
Employment. So we also want to boost regional employment. We're not importing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So jobs are going to be created. Talent will be discovered. The national pool can benefit from this incredible talent.
Exactly.
You would spread out facilities across the regions.
Yep.
What again? Like my mind feels blown.
We need it, and I'm glad. That's why it took him 10 years to actually see through
map
this.
it out and plan it. Yeah.
Whenever we come out and then we're talking about it, it's not things that we just made it up or thought about it over our feet. You see, we give a very detailed interpretation of exactly where things are going. So it took somebody 10 years, literally, to actually make this happen.
Wow, and I'm so chuffed about this. I am so chuffed about this. So yes, if you're tuned in now, I'm having an amazing conversation with Asamoah Gyan himself, Baby Jet, on the all regional games happening in November. The deadline is April 30th.
Yes. The portal will be closed.
April 30th. So please, by all means, go onto the website. Please give us the website details so people can start.
allregionalgames.com.
Okay, allregionalgames.com.
And then click on register.
And that's how they can be able to. So it's on our Facebook stream right now, www.allregionalgames.com/applications. Application deadline is on the 30th of April. Raising champions together. And by November, we would have found so much incredible talent on the African continent.
So let's talk about the exit strategy. So we have three main exit strategies in place. What Asamoah have done is through a team effort with some of his friends inviting foreign clubs on the November 4th to come and scout talent.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that some of these kids will be discovered by some of these foreign clubs. The other part of it also is through this activity, some of the local clubs might also discover talent that maybe would have taken them twice as long to actually discover those. So we might end up having some of these kids that will play for the local clubs that we currently have.
Okay.
And then the final part is what Bafojan is working on. I'm talking to other schools in terms of scholarship that some of these kids want to go back to. As much as they love sports, they also want to go back to school. So that is when Bafojan's foundation also kicks in, whereby those child, some of them might get scholarship to further their education.
So we're going to be thinking education, we're thinking sports, we're thinking facilities, we're thinking distribution of resources, we're thinking employment, all in one.
All in one.
How do you have time to sleep at night, honestly? Like,
That is why it's been 10 years.
yes, because that is a lot to execute.
It's a lot.
From the get-go.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So that is why we want everybody to get involved.
Yes,
the corporate organization.
yes. Because honestly, it takes a village to make this happen.
Yes, and we all help in Ghana. So
yes,
if you're a corporate organization, you want to help.
As Ghanaians, we have to own it. We have to own it. Yeah.
This is for Ghana.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, someone is the big conversation on sporting facilities why you decided to inculcate this already, or is it something you had already been planning about beforehand?
It's that we've been planning about. That is why I said it's been like 10 years.
10 years in the making.
You know, and I met Franklin in the original games. We came out with a meeting. You know, there are a lot of ideas popping up, so we have to like spice it up. You know, to make it a huge one. And before you come out, you have to make sure you're ready.
I like that.
I like
that a lot.
That is why we came out with our original games.
Can I chip this in quickly?
Please go ahead.
I want to use your platform to actually let Ghanaians know that we don't have offices across the 16 regions.
Okay.
We don't have agents. So if anybody asks you to bring money, they can put you in. It's not true. Don't fall for it. Just go to the website and just go and register. Okay. So anybody comes in, our ID card, our T-shirt says, "Give me money, we're charging you." It's not true. So nobody should fall for that scam.
Wow. Okay, so please only go onto the website.
Yes.
No physical in-person things unless they're calling for full scouting, and that one you'd have already received the details in your email or via social media, whatever, and then we'll do that. So please, it's all digitalized, so don't fall prey to any sort of weird conversations being had. But which region do you feel has specific sporting potential, Asamoah? Because you would say maybe those are the coast swimmers.
That is why we want to change everything.
Okay.
You know? Honestly, that is all we all know. We all know it's either Kumasi or Accra.
Yes.
Or sometimes Central region, or sometimes the North. You know, but mostly we always focus on Accra and Kumasi. If it's fair here, and we are here to find out, and that is why we are here, and that is what all regional games is about. You know, so I think we've done a good job. Sometimes I do applaud myself. Sometimes.
Oh no, you deserve to be applauded a million times over. Now you know what? Let's do something fun. I want to do something fun. So I'd like you to put on your headgear, Asamoah, and we're going to play a small music trivia. I want to know how well you know your music.
Yeah, I don't know my music.
So I'm going to play music, and I'm going to ask you to guess the name of the artist and then the title of the song. So it will be cutting across a bunch of songs. So let's do something fun. It's a holiday. Okay, so here is your first song.
I don't want people to laugh at me. Samini.
Title.
Linda.
Yeah. See, you got it. It's just like that.
That was Batman.
Batman, yes, Batman Samini then. Okay, so the next song is... You see, you're good, though. You're good.
May he so rest in peace.
Yes, may his perfect soul rest in peace. Okay, so the next one, let's see.
Tego Sisters.
Title of the song.
Menya Yesu.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to this one.
Where?
Hey.
Come on.
Come on.
Once more, come again.
Come on.
Move back.
Love it. No, this one, you do all of it. Okay, this one, let's try.
Esther Smith.
It is.
One of my favorites.
It is. Okay. The title.
Nipa.
Davey.
That's the remix.
Yes, that was the remix. So this one is Jinudi.
Yeah, Jinudi.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite gospel artists.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you ever do gospel?
I do live band and sing all the gospel.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. But you would maybe not record a gospel just yet.
Professional, yeah.
Okay. Next one.
Esther Smith. Jesus made him Sheminim
I don't know. You're a master in this. Okay. Next song.
Kofi Kata. Suzuka. Excuse me with my voice, eh? I've been eating today.
Yeah, I'm here. All right, so let's try this love one.
Could you entry?
Yes. Can you get the title?
This one here. Kakai.
It is Kakai. No, this I don't think it's any song I can throw that you will not get. Honestly, and when you're like, oh, I know
most of the songs, but the title. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see if we can throw this one in.
Oi. Adi. Lumba. Oi. Orange games.
Oh my goodness. So Lumba, my favorite part is the Matodo, yes. Okay, now let's see if you will get this one.
Adish. Yasapon.
No, yeah, master this. Yeah, master this. I don't think there's any song that will go past you. But what are your thoughts? I mean, you've been not only in the sporting, but you've been in the art as well for a bit. What do you think of the progression of the music and the artists and the growth in the industry so far?
Although I'm not fully into
the music scene,
into the music industry, they know what goes on. You know, I've seen a lot of musicians complain about the industry and stuff. You know, I think they need help. You know, so I don't know what kind of help because I'm not there. You know, we hear people complaining about, you know, the
royalties, that.
For me, that one, I did a song. The song blew up. I became it became a hit. You know, I do enjoy it, but full-time musician, I don't see myself like a full-time musician. Okay. I just try to chip in something, but it doesn't mean I'm full into the details.
Did you expect your song to blow up the way it did?
Honestly, no.
Really? So it's just like messing around. Then?
No, I have the talent. I can harmonize. I can, you know,
do all of that.
Sing.
Yeah.
Nobody taught me how to sing. You know, I can do live band. When the keyboardist make mistake, I will just turn and look at him. I've got the music here. Nobody taught me that. And I think the first time I did a live band, when they told them to come, they were like, oh, footballer. So, you know, sometimes they try to test you.
Yeah.
So when I was singing, somebody just went off the beat. One of the instrumentalists went off the beat and I turned, look at him. And they were like, hey, he knows the thing.
Do you have any musical influences? Who would you consider as your musical influences? Artist, I mean.
Artist in where?
Anywhere.
I like R. Kelly a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like R. Kelly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I like that. Now in Ghana, really, do you have any musical influences there?
Vocally, I like Kwabena Kwabena.
Okay.
I like Kwabena Kwabena a lot. Although I've got my friends, you know, I've got good music. I always like good music. You know, I like good music. Talking about Shatta Wale, Stone Boy. You know, I like all these guys. You know, Stone Boy is my good friend. Shatta Wale is my good friend. Yeah. You know, Wendy Shay.
Okay.
It's coming up. You know, I like good music. Sometimes people even come to my DMs for me to promote their music.
And you do it?
I tell them no.
Okay.
Your music has to hit me. I have to love it before.
Yes.
You cannot come and tell me, oh, I've done this music, so do it to promote it. And I don't do that.
Okay.
Unless I listen and I feel like I'm inspired. Thank you.
Okay, I like that a lot. So as for now, no collaborations on your books that I want to collaborate with this person. If you got an opportunity to.
Yeah, sometimes
in between all African games. I mean all regional games.
Sometimes I just listen to the music and I want to jump on it. You know, but right now all my focus is original games. It's draining me a lot, and I have to do this for Ghana. So original games all day.
I like that. Now speaking of for Ghana, which halftime as a captain does it stand out the most? Maybe in terms of the euphoria, the excitement that you remember in your term as captain, or the locker room conversation or locker room moment that stands out the most?
You know, my style of leadership. Sometimes I use my eye contact a lot. Sometimes I'm not the type that try to shout on players on the field. Sometimes I do shout once in a while, you know, but sometimes I call you, and then when you see the face,
you know that you mean business.
Yes, you have to just change.
Okay.
I don't have to be shouting.
Yeah.
I'll just call your name and look at you.
And then you know it.
And then you know you know it. All my guys.
I like that.
Yeah.
What's your dream for Ghana football?
We want to win trophies. We want to go places. That is why I've tried to focus on the grassroots, you know, to build a nation. I'm just here to help. I'm not a savior or I'm not God, but as a citizen who is trying to help the country to achieve. If we achieve it, hallelujah. If we don't, we still keep pushing.
Okay. All right. So let me take a few quick comments on our Facebook stream. As someone that everyone loves. David Dudo says, please ask him about coaches. Do they go for professional coaches or grassroots coaches who have enthusiasm and spirit to do well in their communities? So I don't know if I should pose that to you, Chief.
So that will be professional coaches. They have to be certified under the federation. If they aspire to become coaches, then they need to follow through the due process and then get themselves registered. The necessary training and be regulated by the federation.
Okay. All right. This one says, is it right? So should we get a right balance between, or what should be the right balance? I'm trying to word it well. What should be the right balance between having newer, exciting, young ones as against having older, more experienced players?
I think we always look at grassroots.
Okay.
You know, so I think building them is
the most important thing. Okay. All right. Now, dream for all regional games. What is the dream? 10 years from now, what should we be thinking, dreaming, hoping, seeing about the all regional games?
We want Ghana to dominate sports, not only football.
Yeah.
We want to see Olympic Games, not seeing just one person in other disciplines. When you go to Olympic Games, you say, so where are the Ghanaians? You know, just see, you know, in 10 years' time, that is what we're building now for Ghana to be up there. When you are going to Olympic Games or you are going to any competition, I want people to see Ghana's favorites to win more medals. You know, that's why we came up with the all regional games, grassroots, to improve sports.
I like that. Now, finally, for someone who's watching, and a lot of them are saying, we love you. Oh, this one I have to ask. Please ask him who is his GOAT. Who is your greatest of all time? There's a big conversation about who everyone's greatest of all time is. Who is your greatest of all time?
Ronaldo, the Brazilian.
Okay.
Yep.
Ronaldo for you?
Yep.
Okay.
Any day.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the Brazilian. Yeah.
Okay. Pope says he's been an inspiration to all of us. Yes. So for those that want or love you as their inspiration, who want to be like you, who want to excel like you, what is the one piece of advice you would tell them that has sustained you through your journey?
You have to develop a thick skin. You know, you have to be more focused, dedicated to what you do. When you have to get the eagle eye. You know how eagle eye is? Yeah. When you focus on something, you know, the eagle, when you have 1,000 chickens and then the eagle sees one, even the one closer to the eagle to even catch easily, you just leave it.
Yeah.
The one is focused is what it will go for, you know. So you have to get that eagle eye and then forget about negativity and stuff. When you eye just one thing, just go for it.
I like that.
Yeah.
How many GA says, watching live from Temakom to 11, I love how Asamoah Gyan knows the Ghanaian songs. It shows how deep he is into our songs. That's amazing. This one said to ask from Isaac Chris at Tiwoto, would you ever consider being a Black Stars coach?
Never say never, as you said.
I love how you're open to any opportunity, so long as it's within reason and then it aligns at that time.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I'm a good listener. But at the end of the day, I make the decisions. So I will listen.
And then you make your decision after.
Some people don't even give you the chance to come with the idea. What if you like it? So every door is open. I'm open for any discussion.
Okay.
By the end of the day, it's up to me to decide.
True.
Yep.
All right. Now, thank you so much for making it. Oh, please go ahead.
Yeah. Also, I forgot. Very, very important.
Yes.
I just wanted to thank all the federation. You know, to show their support. All the sports disciplines that is working with us. You know, we called them and then they came. We had a couple of meetings.
Yeah.
You know, they all bought into the idea.
Yeah.
You know, we felt so welcome and they are making this happening.
They are.
Because we can't just go for any sports discipline without their federation. And they've confirmed their support and everything, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I just want to commend them for that.
I like that. And final words from you, Chief, on what...
Hey. You see, the team is working.
The final words are coming.
We are working. I just want to thank Keto Crate, who the GFA president, you know, for his support shown. He came to the press conference, showed his support in terms of football, and he's been somebody who's been supportive since day one. You know, I remember when he came to office, he also said, "I'm one of his best players of all time."
Yes,
I really appreciate it. You know, so he's been very, very supportive, and I thank him so much to show his support to the all regional games.
Yes, and we look forward to even more exciting things.
NSA also showed their support. You know, the team is working. Anything I forget, they just tell me behind the scenes.
Charlie, your team is working.
Everybody
like
is working.
Your team.
NSA has shown their support. I really thank NSA as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, Charlie, the duo. But Chief, finally, Franklin,
Sports Minister,
the Ministry of the entire ministry, everyone in there,
everybody,
all the directors,
no, everybody in the sports fraternity,
they all come
have show support, and this is for Ghana.
It is for Ghana.
This is for Ghana, so we want everybody to show support. Franklin is giving me more information.
Franklin, speaking to the mic quickly. We have 10 seconds to go for the news.
So we also want to thank Cora, Coach Sapon.
Yes.
All the other.
Hey, like Coach Sapon will kill me. Hey, Coach Sapon.
Shout out to Coach.
So let's Franklin thank him so much. Coach Sapon has been. He was one of the guys who discovered me at school.
Oh wow!
He was my school coach. I remember there was a game.
And tell us.
We always laugh about it. You know, I bought a new boot, and as an experienced coach, he said, "Hey, you can't use your new boot to play." And I said, "No, my brother gave it to me. I have to show people have to see my new boots." He said, "Hey, I'm experienced." So we went to the field and I wasn't performing that good
because of the boots.
Before the boots, and he said, "Hey, I'm going to change you
if you don't take off the boots."
Yes. So I was playing bad. It was one of my worst games. I was playing bad, and then he said, he told somebody to warm up. He's going to change me. And lo and behold, I scored. When I scored, he said, "No. You score, you don't score, you come up." He changed me. He changed me in that game.
Coach doesn't play.
So Franklin, just...
All right, so
10 seconds.
We want to thank everyone,
and
we want to encourage all Ghanaians. the youth. It doesn't matter where you are. Go to allregionalgames.com, register, come and represent your region, show your region what you have, and make your region proud.
Absolutely. And time's up. Thank you so much, Asamoah Gyan, for this fabulous conversation. We look forward to All Regional Games. We'll be supporting all throughout the whole process. Franklin, thank you for coming through. Surely, the news comes through shortly with Beatrice, and she'll make sure that she speaks at all regional games.
1, 2, 3,